Hey, what's up, guys? I want to talk to you about Cold Steel Inferno pepper spray. I highly recommend all of you go out and buy a couple cans. You should leave a can in your car at all times, and you should carry a can on you at all times. If you carry a gun, you should definitely carry a can of Inferno on you. Let's say you're out and some asshole is trying to fight you. The last thing you want to do is get in a fight while you're carrying a gun. It could get really bad. And if someone's trying to fight you, like some drunken asshole or just some asshole you don't even know is just trying to fight you, and you pepper spray them, you haven't done anything wrong. I mean, I don't think cops are going to put you in jail for pepper spraying someone to defend yourself. It's actually quite justifiable. And this Cold Steel Inferno shit, I've watched a lot of videos on it, and tonight I actually used it on some asshole, and I have to say it works like a charm. So I'm going to explain to you the situation, how I had to use it, and everything like that. Um, it's kind of a big story, so hopefully I don't start repeating myself. So I'm going to try to, tell the story as best as I can. All right, so for those of you who don't know, I work at my uncle's strip club on the weekends, and tonight there was a fight. It started, there was this one dude, it was a pretty big dude, and what happened was he was an idiot. He tipped two strippers over $100 each for a lap dance, and he thought by tipping them a lot they were going to suck his dick or some shit. And after they gave him the dance and they walked away, he was pissed off because he thought he was going to get his dick sucked. So he was really pissed off, and once the club closed, he decided he wasn't going to leave until he gets his money back. So he was giving me a hard time. The one bouncer saw it. He came over and asked the guy if he had a problem. And the guy said, yeah. So, we were trying to take care of this guy because, he's a customer. We don't treat customers like shit. So we were trying to, talk to him, see what was going on. But then he just became unreasonable. He started saying if we don't give him his money back, he's going to start fucking shit up. So the one crazy bouncer who does not take shit from anybody comes over and starts telling him, all right, you could go down that road. And then he started to push this one really chilling bouncer, this black guy named Greg, who is really chilling. He's a real quiet dude. He's really laid back. He's not a violent person. And he started pushing this guy. So then he threw a punch. Greg threw a punch back. And then the crazy bouncer just grabs the guy and puts him in a headlock. So as Greg and the other bouncer are double teaming this guy and dragging him outside, all the friends of this guy start to freak out. They start being like, yo, you can't beat up our friend. So now we have to worry about these other five kids, trying to jump in. So I was trying to calm them all down. I was saying, don't try anything. As soon as he's outside, it's over. And the only reason they're fighting him right now is because he's fighting back. So, I was trying to say, let's try to just get them all outside and it'll be over. But they weren't listening. And then my uncle, who owns the strip club, came out. And, he started pushing kids around. So I was like, yo, you shouldn't be doing this. You own the place. So I was like, we got this. Just sit back. So he was pushing this one kid. And the kid he was pushing, I grab a hold of him and I throw him outside. Now, as I'm throwing him outside, I'm, walking outside with him, like pushing him out the door. And the kid who started the fight, he's behind me. And the other two bouncers are still, working him over. And the other friends are in there too, like trying to get involved. So I threw one kid out. Now that was a really bad idea for me to leave and go outside because once I was outside, all the other kids are outside, all the friends. And as soon as I turn around, the two bouncers are like throwing the kid who started the fight out. Now the kid sees me, and he just got beat up by these other two dudes. So he thinks he's gonna try to beat me up. So he shoves me. And then this other kid pushes me from behind. So I turn around, I see the kid coming at me, he pushes me, and then I get pushed from behind. So I just take out my Cold Steel Inferno, and I fucking spray it all over the one asshole. The one kid who started the fight, I sprayed it in his face, his eyes, his nose, his mouth. And as soon as I did that, all of his friends were like, oh shit, they all back up. They don't want to get pepper sprayed. And as soon as I hit the kid with the pepper spray, he was a big kid. He was bigger than I was, and he was wasted. As soon as I hit him, he went down, and all of his friends rushed to his aid. They're like, what the fuck, you can't do that. And it was awesome, because ever since I bought a can of this Inferno, I've been dying to see how it works, because I've been watching all the videos that Cold Steel put out on this shit, and it looks like it works, but I wanted to, I wanted to see if it really does work. So tonight I found out the shit really does work. And after I pepper sprayed him, I was it happened so fast that I didn't really have time to think. I kind of like sprayed it towards the inside of the door where the other bouncers were, and the one bouncer, the crazy bouncer, got mad at me for using it, and the chilling bouncer, Craig, he was totally supporting me for using the pepper spray, and a lot of other people were too. But the one bouncer who was, the crazy bouncer, he was mad because he kind of got a little blowback, but not in his eyes. He just inhaled a little bit and was coughing for a little bit, but that was it. And I got a little blowback and I was coughing for a little bit, but really not that bad. So he was a little pissed off, but I didn't really care. It stopped the fight, and everybody, as soon as the kid got pepper sprayed, nobody else wanted to mess. So it dispersed the crowd. It did its job, and the fight was over. And I honestly think if it wasn't for the pepper spray, the fight wasn't going to be over. The kid was coming at me. He was looking to start another fight with me because I was outside and everything. So yeah, I just blasted him in the face. I'm not gonna, because I was outside by myself. All the bouncers were inside, and I don't even think they realized I was outside. So I didn't want to, try to go up against 5 kids by myself. So I just sprayed the one asshole in the face, and the other ones fell in line. It was awesome. And it was really awesome to see how well the shit worked. I mean, after I sprayed him, he was on his knees, gasping for air. It was just like the videos that Cold Steel puts up. His nose was running. He was like puking a little bit. And he was fucked up. He was more fucked up from the pepper spray than he was from the other bouncers beating him up. And I was happy because this guy, he learned his lesson. And I was happy to see how much pain he was in because he was an asshole causing problems. And the pepper spray shut him up. And it shut all of his friends up. They were yelling at me, being like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And I just looked at them, being like, "You guys want some?" And they all backed off. They all backed down. I'm not going to try to fight, 5 people. I only get paid. I get paid decent, but I'm not getting paid good enough to go up against 5 people by myself. So the one bouncer was a little pissed at me for using the pepper spray. Um, the one guy, Craig, he was actually happy I used it, and he was telling me, he's like, I'm a laid back guy. I hate fights. And he's like, "You did the right thing with pepper spray, because there's no reason to, risk getting injured if you could just spray people with a pepper spray." So I don't know. I might be fired. I know that sounds crazy, but if the one bouncer's really that pissed at me, I don't know. I I was just doing my job, and I asked the one bouncer if pepper spray was allowed, and he said, "Yeah, only if you're outside." And I was outside. It's just I was outside facing the door, so I kind of sprayed it inward, but nobody else really got hit with it other than the one kid I sprayed directly in the face. I mean, everybody got a little bit of blowback, but their eyes weren't burning. They just inhaled a little bit and they were coughing. So it really wasn't a big deal. I don't know if I'm fired yet. Um, I don't know. It was fucking crazy. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this Cold Steel Inferno, it really does work, and I think you should all carry a can on you. It's not gonna, it can't hurt to carry a can. And one day, you never know, it might come in handy. So Cold Steel Inferno, an awesome product. It really works. That's all I really had to say. So I'll see you guys later.